Hello everyone, welcome to Hands On. Today's product, which we'll be focusing on, is the Fujifilm XT3, which arrived today. I'll be looking at an unboxing today and then some just basic first impressions of the product. So let's get down to it. Let's just do our unboxing of the Fujifilm XT3. Now this arrived today. I've gone for the XT3, not body only. I've gone for an 18 to 55mm lens. Stock lens, as you would call it. f2.8 to 4, and I want to just do a quick unboxing and get my first impressions of it. So let's get stuck in. So it's a nice sort of style of box. I love the black, actually, it's really cool. So sort of instruction manuals, I'm sure there'll be some warranty things and whatnot in here. That's the boring stuff, so we'll have a look through that. Still useful. Oh, that's cool as well. So if the manual inevitably gets lost, I don't know, I don't want to be gendered here, but men tend to not read the manuals. I'm one of those people, I'm guilty of that. So they've got a QR scanner for the manual, and they've also got an app as well that was a big driver for me looking at this camera. They've got camera remote, which allows you to, I believe, control the camera essentially remotely via your smartphone, or I believe an iPad could do it as well. So you can control your camera, which I think is great. It's particularly if you're in the format that I'm in right now, where you've got a camera up high, you might not be able to check the screen as often. A little sort of screen essentially in front of you would be really useful. So let's pull this open. So there's the camera body. So I'll set that aside. We'll take it all out of the box, and then I'll do a sort of breakdown of the boxes themselves. So there's that here. So we'll just take these out and we'll get rid of that. Okay. Right. So what we got? So we got them instruction manuals. I'll put those aside. You're not interested in those. Right. So 3 main boxes. I think. Right. Let's start with the camera body. That's the exciting part, isn't it? Right, so I actually I love when things are pristine, and taking them out of the box means that they're going to sort of face an eventual decline in quality, but I guess that's what it's about, buying new products, I guess. Right, so yeah, I mean, this first impressions here, well, I hope not smudge the screen too much. Yeah, first impressions, of the body are as I expected. So I did a bit of research on this before well, you would expect to do a bit of research, but I've done a lot of research on the camera, and the build quality was something that people cited as one of the main reasons why they wanted to get the camera. It's got a beautiful finish to it. It's a really attractive retro design, which is really refreshing to see. It's very geometric in shape. It's quite angular, so you can see these beautiful angles coinciding with a nice little curve here. It's quite retro ultimately. A lot of the modern cameras as well are going for very, very smooth lines, going for very, very ergonomically formed shapes. And it's quite nice to see something different, and that's really, I think, why not only myself are attracted to Fujifilm, but a lot of people are maybe a little bit disillusioned with other design philosophies from Sony and others, and want to go for something just a little bit more retro, I guess. But nice to see. So we'll put that aside just at the moment, and we'll go into the next box. So I'll put aside what we've unpacked. So I'll just pop that there. Hope you can see that. So put that aside just for a minute. So lens. Okay, it's quite a big box for a lens, isn't it? Obviously the lens is important and probably one of the most expensive component of the camera, but it's quite a big box, isn't it? I wonder if I'm missing anything in here. No, there's nothing else in there. It's just padding for the lens. Okay, so 2 things in that box. We've got the lens hood sort of thing. Now I must say, ladies and gentlemen, cameras are something I understand a lot about product design and engineering, but cameras are something I'm pretty new to. So what I'm going to be learning as I'm using this product, which is quite nice because it'll be from the point of view maybe of someone who is looking to buy this. It'll be useful to have a sort of a novice opinion of it, but then as I go on, I will eventually be doing a more thorough review in a few weeks once I've used the camera. So yeah, obviously 18-55 stock lens. You've got your zoom capability to change your focal length. Standard lens, we've all seen a lens before, but at the price point, these are quite expensive, as you would expect. Lenses are expensive from my research. And you've got your two caps there and your attachment points. I love the mechanical satisfaction of connecting a lens to a camera body. I think everyone loves that, and that mechanical click that you get as you connect the lens is really, really satisfying. So I'll just put that back on in a moment, and we'll go to the lens. So we've got the lens hood. Obviously that'll just be a little twist on at the end of the lens. Right, okay. Yeah, this will be the charger, no doubt. Okay, charging block, 100%. Yep, charging block, Fujifilm battery charger, and that's your connection point for the adapter for your socket. Yep, that's the adapter for the socket. Now, obviously, this is I don't know if this is I don't really know. I don't sit in my spare time and research plug sockets around the world, sort of thing. But I believe this is an American European style plug socket. I think it's European because of the black section here, which means it's non-conductive. So if you put it into the wall, it doesn't electrocute you. And I believe the American ones do, which is a bit unusual. But yes, I think that's a European one. So I'll need to, in the UK, get an adapter. We've got a 3-prong adapter in the UK. And I'll need to get an adapter for that. So just connect that. That's quite intuitive. That was pretty intuitive. Nice connection. And then wait a minute. And then detach it. That's actually quite nice. That's a satisfying click. Feel this? Yeah, very nice. And presumably that's where the battery goes, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the battery there. So a lot of plastic, something I don't like. Non-recyclable battery charger there. And flash. So flash unit here and strap. Now I'm not going to go through the boring process of putting a strap on the camera. You don't need to see that. But nonetheless, this is what I've got. Camera body, lens, two caps obviously on the lens. Sort of, I don't know the terminology for this, lens hood, let's call it that. Flash, the strap, and then the battery included there, and the battery block. Now the battery can be charged through the block, or it can be charged in the camera itself with a USB Type-C, which is really cool, because a lot of people, including myself, I'm sure, will not be particularly thrilled with the idea of pulling the battery out every single time. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. First impressions, great build quality. Just generally what I expected. Good looking camera. I think what I'll do just now, just before I finish up, is connect this and just see what it feels like. Obviously I'll need to take this cap off. See, you are witnessing a novice here, so I do apologize. Right. And here we go. Oh, that lovely clip. Beautiful. Right, so now we've got the lens connected. Everything looks great. The impression, as I said, of the camera is excellent. It looks really nice. It's got a very, very nice feel to the camera. It's a nice weight, but it's obviously not a full frame camera, so it's not as big as some of the DSLRs. Obviously, as a mirrorless camera, you don't have all those mechanical mechanisms inside. So the body and the whole camera itself can be compact. The lens obviously doesn't change much, but the body itself can be compact, and you'll get great quality from a smaller unit, which is exactly what everyone wants, really. However, despite that, it's extremely robust. It feels really nice to the hands, and I'm looking forward to using it over the coming weeks as my main video camera. I will be using it as the video camera for my reviews coming up. I'm not sure what they'll be. But you'll see those coming up. So if you do want to see those, please subscribe. Any comments today would be really useful. Any advice you've got for using the camera, anything about any additional things you think I should get. I've been told that I should get another battery for this camera because the battery is lacking a little bit, but we will see. I want to use it first. But any advice you've got, please feel free to comment. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope I've not bored you too much. And look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.